Welcome to the French Newfie. I'm Erin MacDonald. Today I'm going to make something that's perfect for this season. Winter is upon us and Christmas, of course, which means lots of gatherings and family and guests, and I love entertaining. So I'm making a really nice tart for you today. It's using a short crust puff pastry actually that's pre-done for you, and it's going to have some nice caramelized onions, cranberry, and brie cheese. Ooey and gooey and delicious. So I have a baking tray or dish. It's already lightly oiled and floured, and that's just going to make sure that my puff pastry does not stick to it. And I said it was store-bought. I'm not a big baker. A lot of people know that about me. So I like to buy this because it's already done. And thank you to those people who love to bake, because I'm not one of them. So I'm just going to unroll it and get it straight onto my baking dish that I have. So lovely. And let me go. There we go. And haul off this wax paper. Perfect. And you always want to make sure that it's a little bit chilled so that this paper comes off quite easily. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is try and drape it around the edges. And this beautiful little tray that I have, or container, is perfect for it because it has little divots in it, you can see. So what I'm going to do is try and mimic that by putting it right in there. And it doesn't matter if it's not beautiful, if you're not really that good at pastry or to baking like I am. So I'm just going to get it all around the edges as much as possible and try and make it look pretty. Rustic is always best anyway, so just go with it. And there you go. Done, just like that. So easy. I wanted to make some little holes into it as well, so that way the steam can escape, because it is puff pastry and I don't want it to burn. So just poke some holes down through. Perfect. And now I'm going to move on to my caramelized onions. And you can do these ahead of time because they are a labor of love. You do have to stand and watch them and check them every couple of minutes because they have a tendency to burn, and you really don't want burnt. You want caramelized. So a little bit of sugar went down into this with some oil into the pan. 2 whole onions I used for this recipe, and a little bit of salt and pepper. So you're going to layer that all down. So nice. Caramelized onions are really, really beautiful. I love doing a big batch and then just keeping it in the refrigerator because you can pull it out and you can put it on top of burgers, or you can use it for so many things. Push this all around so that way you got a nice flat, even layer. Oh, and there is garlic in there as well. So I added a little bit of garlic, just 1 garlic clove and 2 onions. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to move on to some cranberry sauce. And I'm just using the jar cranberry sauce. If you want to make your own, you can go ahead. And what I like to do is just put little drops of it around. So that way, sometimes you're going to get a bite of the cheese, and sometimes you're going to get a bite of that cranberry sauce. And then other times you're just going to get a bite of the caramelized onions and garlic. So it's quite nice. It's like a little surprise when you bite into it each time. It's just little dollops of the cranberry sauce. And of course, I just think cranberry sauce. Cranberries just speak and yell Christmas. So there you go. Another thing that I want to add is some thyme. And thyme and onions, and thyme is really nice and fragrant, and I just love them. So I'm going to add some thyme and just take it off the sprig, just like this. It's also going to be covered under that ooey and gooey brie cheese, so you don't have to worry about the thyme burning. There we go. Just a little bit here and there. Again, it's going to be a delicate tart. And now I'm going to move on to the beautiful brie. And I love brie. I can eat a whole brick of this myself. And what I've done is I put it into the freezer. Not for long, 15 minutes, just so that it can firm up a little bit and make it easier for me to cut. And the great thing about brie is that you actually, you can eat the rind. So you don't have to peel it and just cut these beautiful brie slices. And I'm trying to do it quickly because it has a really high melting point. So I don't want it to, I want to make it easy for me to cut, obviously. There we go. And keep going, quickly. Now I can start to assemble actually. So let me just get these on before they all stick together. And just put it down, layer it down, make it really pretty. One on top of the other. It doesn't matter if it drapes, but it is going to be so delicious and really nice and quick and fast. I have my oven that's already preheated to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And once I'm finished with the brie, it's going to go straight in for around 25 minutes until it's melted and you have the puff pastry is going to come up. Just a couple more pieces like this. And I'll probably chop them in half because I'm getting overlapped there. There you go. See, you can tell already that it's starting to get gooey and come to room temperature. So you want to move quickly with this, and that little freezer trick helps you to cut the brie perfectly. There you go. One more for good measure, because you cannot have too much brie. Perfect. All right. Now, a little tiny bit of seasoning, just a little bit of salt over that brie. Really nice flaky white salt. And some cracked black pepper. S&P on everything. We need to egg wash it so that the edges turn nice and brown. It's going to be really pretty. Just one egg and a little bit of water and mix it up. And get that all over the edges. This is one of my comfort foods. Christmas time, I love warm brie in the oven. It's so nice. And this would be great for an appetizer even. If you take a little slice, it would be so nice with a red wine or white wine or champagne for that matter. There we go, all done. And now it's gonna go into the oven, like I said, for around 25 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna keep an eyeball on it. And when we come back, we're gonna have a delicious brie, caramelized onion, and cranberry tart. So that's been going in the oven now for around 30 minutes. I've been watching it and it's really nice and brown. And I don't want it to go any further because my pastry would burn. So I'm gonna get it out and show you. The house smells like Christmas. Cranberry sauce, I can smell the caramelized onions. I can smell the thyme. It just reminds me so much of winter. Look at that. How beautiful is that? And it is homemade. I might not have made my crust, but I assembled it. I put it together, and the way that I've made it actually looks quite rustic, so no one would ever know. So how beautiful is that? I can smell those onions and the garlic. I can't wait to tuck into this, but I can't get into it right now because you do need to let it set up. So there you have a really nice caramelized onion, brie, and cranberry winter tart. I hope that you give it a try and you enjoy. Every night when the moon is shining, I pray